In this video, we're going to talk about the re-race from Epping that took place. We have two new winners in the NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series. We filled the field for Sunday's eliminations, and we talk about who's made the show and who is packing home. All this and more, and hopefully some interviews with some drivers. All that and more here on our Bristol Saturday recap. This is Mighty Mac. Let's get it started. So like I said, we had two races today. We got to do the Epping re-race. We dealt with the Mission Foods Too Fast, Too Tasty Challenge, and we also figured out who will be racing come Sunday. As you can see, the famous oval right behind me. The reason I wanted to film on the drag strip, but I couldn't because of the fact that NHRA has moved up the starting time. If you're coming to this race, be aware, they have moved it up. Now, the event's gonna start at 10 a.m. with Top Fuel Round 1, and the reason why I'm not down there is because they're running sportsmen to try and get them done. They're gonna run late into the night once again like they did back at Charlotte to try and give the Pro Series as much time as they can so that way they can run their event and get that in the books. So if you're coming to the track, gates open at 8:30. They're going to do a special thing with Tony Schumacher around 9:30, and then Top Fuel rolls out at 10. So I want to get through this as fast as I can so I can get you the interviews that I have. Let's get straight into it. Starting off with the Epping re-race. We finished that off today. We got through round 1 last night. Now we finished round 2 through the finals. Let's start off in funny car. Chad Green got the bye run into the semis. Bob Tasca III took out Robert Height. Matt Hagan lost to J.R. Todd, and then the final one, John Force beats Alex Laughlin, setting up a semifinal matchup of Chad Green versus Bob Tasca and J.R. Todd versus John Force. Out of that, we saw Bob Tasca III beat Chad Green, a 4.062 to a 2.59, and then John Force making his first final of the season. He took out J.R. Todd, a 1.05 to an 0.98. He deep staged on him and then ran it straight to the finals. He tried to do it again in the finals, but it did not work out this time. He lost to Bob Tasca. Bob Tasca 4.032. He ends up winning his home race that was re-ran in Bristol. I want to give a shout out to Alan Reinhart and everybody in the NHRA booth because they played a really funny gimmick of acting like they were in a time machine and taking it back to New England. So they acted like they're in New England, and the drivers are going to eat like it's New England because Alan Reinhart also said in the booth that the winners of this race, courtesy of Bristol Motor Speedway, were given Red Lobster gift cards. So they might not be able to celebrate with actual lobster from New England, but they're going to celebrate it with Red Lobster and some cheddar biscuits. So we're going to talk about who won Top Fuel as well. Top Fuel, Steve Torrence took out Antron Brown, number 1 qualifier from that race. Antron been struggling all week, and we'll talk about that later. Brittany Force lost to Justin Ashley. Justin Ashley makes another semifinal. Tony Schumacher had his bye run into the semis, and then Mike Salinas took out Leah Pruitt, and what I thought was going to be a guaranteed Leah Pruitt victory. In the semifinals, Steve Torrence had an incredible weekend so far, comes up short in the semifinals today. He loses to Justin Ashley, a 992 loses to an 892 loses to a 915, and then Tony Schumacher, his first final of the 2023 season. Last time he made a semifinals even was back at the Gator Nationals. So he makes a stunning return as he is crowned on the Legends of Thunder Valley. He is now a part of the suites of all the famous names that have been up around the racetrack. They're going to celebrate him being inducted into that tomorrow. So and what a better way to celebrate it than by making the final round. In the final round, however, Justin Ashley has been on a hot streak. I believe right now he is the only driver to be a repeat winner. He is now on to 3 this season. He believed he won back at Phoenix. I know he won at Pomona, and now he gets number 3 here for the New England Nationals. An incredible race for him. He also gets a Red Lobster gift card, and he ends up now possibly taking the points. So we need to wait to see how that plays out. But an incredible start to the season for him. Came up short running in the championship last year, and what a better way to try and rebound from that than winning the New England Nationals and now winning 3 out of, I believe, the 6 races of the season. Moving on into today, into this weekend's event at the Bristol Nationals. We now leave New England, and now we're in Bristol mode. Looking at qualifying, we're going to look straight into the bracket. Gaige Herrera, no surprise there, number 1 qualifier. He's going to face off against Ron Torno. Matt Smith is going to take on Chase Van Zant. Angie Smith will take on Gianna Evaristo. Chip Ellis will take on John Hall. Hector on a junior number 2 qualifier going to take on Marcus Hilton in number 15. Mark Ingwerson, the 7th ranked driver, is going to take on Ryan Ayler, who actually I believe had an oil down. I don't know if he blew the motor, but he sure did puff out a lot of smoke come the top, and they had to delay the next pair because of that. Eddie Krawiec, the number 3 qualifier, will take on number 14 Kelly Klontz, and then Steve Johnson takes on Joey Gladstone. Let me pull up real quick to see who was bumped out of the show as I try to pull that up. Yeah, so it's going to be Chris Bostick and Lance Bonham, I believe. Those are the 2 drivers or riders who got knocked out this weekend. Moving on into Pro Stock. Number 1 qualifier, Erica Enders. She's had a struggling season so far this weekend. She has rebounded in a big way. Number 1 qualifier, she's been the driver to be all this weekend. She has yet to get that national here, or national this season. She has not won a national event all year. This could be the best weekend she has. Like I said on the Friday video, she came really close to winning this last year, ends up blowing the motor to Aaron Stanfield. As you can hear the Pro Stock or Mod Final behind me, as we're going to try and wait for that. This is the best win this. She has been on fire so far this weekend, and she has probably her best chance to win a national event that she's had all year. She faced up against Mason McGahey. Kyle Koretzky will take on Shane Tucker. Greg Anderson, number 4 qualifier, will take on Jerry Tucker, number 13. Dallas Glenn will take on Matt Hart. Stanfield takes on Fernando Cuadra Jr. Camry Caruso will take on Troy Coughlin Jr. Christian Cuadra will take on his twin brother David Cuadra, and Derek Kramer will take on Bo Butner III. As for the drivers who did not qualify there, let's take a quick look at that. The people who are going to DNQ from that will be Chris McGahey, Jerry Tucker, and Alan Pruszinski, and then Fernando Cuadra Sr. as well misses out on the show. Looking at Funny Car, the top 16 there, you're going to see Robert Height take on Alex Laughlin, Matt Hagan take on Mike McIntyre Jr., Bob Tasca III against Bobby Bodie, Alexis DeJoria against Cruz Pedregon, Ron Capps will take on Dave Richards, J.R. Todd takes on John Forrest, Chad Green takes on Terry Haddock, and Tim Murkerson takes on Dale Creasy Jr. As for the 2 drivers who did not qualify, that would be Paul Lee and John Smith. And finishing off in top field, number 1 qualifier, Leah Pruitt. She's been on fire. I believe this is the best chance she has at winning a national event. They talked about at the beginning of the season the fact that Leah Pruitt, her team last year was brand new, all new. They had not done this before, and they had to really rebound, and this is probably one of the best cars she's had. As I wait for Pro Mod, we'll give them a chance. They talked about the fact that that was a new team for her last year. This is their 2nd year. They have really figured it out, and she has been on fire. This has been one of the best seasons she's had to date that I know of, and right now she is also a pretty good contender to try and win this weekend. She will take on Spencer Massey in round number 1. Prock will take on Cameron Ferrari, who has had another incredible weekend as well. He moves on. He qualifies 9th in that same car that Keith Mert has been driving most of the season. Josh Hart takes on Doug Foley, Mike Salinas, and Josh Hart. That is going to be an incredible race. Number 5 and 12 qualifier. Brittany Forrest, number 2 qualifier, takes on number 15 Antron Brown, who's had a struggling weekend so far after his number 1 qualifier back at Epping. Dan Mercy will take on Tony Schumacher, who just made the final. We know that car can go around. We've already seen it this weekend. He has a good chance of doing it next weekend. Leah Pruitt. For some reason I have Leah Pruitt as the number 3 qualifier. That's actually Steve Torrence. He's going to take on Sean Langdon, and then Clay Millican will take on the person that has been a thorn in his side probably the most out of his entire career, that being Doug Kalitta. So, to wrap up the video, the rain, like I said, in the forecast tomorrow. They're going to try and get us in as much as they can. Obviously, they're going to start at 10 a.m., so if you're going to be here for this race, obviously be here early, try to beat the traffic, and just wait it out. Hopefully they get us event in tomorrow. If not, I'm going to throw Mark Rubilis off the tower because of the fact that he jinxed this, because I don't want to see this go to Norwalk. It's been an incredible weekend so far. We got another one. Let's wrap it up. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for tuning along. I know this video is a bit crazy because obviously I had to change a lot just to try and get this video done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to follow me on all the social media pages down below. Be sure to share this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like it, comment, get the word out because they packed these stands here. They've been packing for the past 2 days. They're probably going to do it again tomorrow. NHRA, like I've been saying all year, is on the rise. This is something that you cannot afford to miss. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for your support. Share this video to try and spread the love of drag racing. And until tomorrow, this has been Mighty Mac, and I will see you next time.